Hi, we are Team 8321 and this is our Sprint 4 demo video. So for this sprint we accomplished numerous things. For starters, we had a task assigned to us to display current flight restrictions in areas from Honeywell within our map view on the Create Flight Plan flow. In addition to this, we worked through and actually finalized our Create Flight Plan flow, so that way users aren't just going through and just drawing random polygons on a map. They're actually creating a flight plan for a specific time area. In addition to this, we also work to create an approved flight plan list, so that way when your flight plans are approved, it's actually saved to the device and you can view them in a list view. In addition to this, we also worked on setting up local push notifications, so that way 1 hour before a user's flight, they will actually get notified on their app, so they can just click into the app to view the details of their approved flight plan. In addition to this, we also work towards API integration. For each of these tasks assigned to us, we were able to complete all of them except for the API integration, solely due to the fact that the APIs from Honeywell were not made public to us. Because of this, we were able to stub out all calls and simulate responses, so that way we could continue working on other features within the application. So when a user first logs into the application, they're taken to this main home screen. And on the home screen, you can actually go through and actually do the different functionalities of the application. But we focus most of our time on the Create Flight Plan flow, so that's what I'm going to show you now. So when a user actually goes in, they will actually select Create Flight Plan. Now on this page, you actually have the ability to enter in some extra info about your flight. So for example, you can actually name the flight first. So you type in your flight name here, and so I'm going to just call this Flight Plan Demo for the purposes of this demonstration. Once you've named your flight plan, you actually go through and then you can actually select what drone you want. Now these drones are actually selected from the locally saved drones on the iPad that you're currently in. So for this demonstration, I'm going to select my DJI Phantom. So now after this, you go through and you actually will go through and select a start and an end time for your flight to complete the process. So for this, I'm going to select Tuesday, April 9th at 1:30, and I'm going to end it April 9th at 2:30, so that way it's an hour long of flying time. So once I've kind of selected all this information, I press next, and it'll take me to the drawing screen. Now on the drawing screen, as you can see, there's some little purple blobs that kind of are showing up right now, and these are actually from Honeywell. And these are the current flight restricted zones that are provided to us from them. And so you can actually see this data. And so what we will do on when the API is live is we'll hit those endpoints and actually display it from state to state. So now once you do this, you actually have the ability to go through and draw your flight plan. So you select a drawing just like before, and you can actually draw it. Now different than before is we have a slider on the bottom which tells you how high you can fly. So when you increase this, it actually increases the opacity of the drawing, so you can distinguish which has a higher flight altitude versus which has a lower on a visual perspective. So once you do this, you can actually submit your flight plan, and it'll currently save it locally, but once Honeywell's API is hooked up, it will actually send it to them once the API is made public. Now you can go through and actually view the approved flight plans, and as you can see, the flight plan demo is one of those approved flight plans. So you select the flight plan demo, and it actually shows you the current flight plans that you have for this. So you can actually see when you're going to be flying and where specifically you're going to be flying during this time frame. So that way you actually know where to go for your specific flight. Now on to the local notifications. So as you can see, I've typed everything out here, but I've set the time to 4:20 p.m., which in this case for the local notifications, I'll actually send a notification exactly 1 hour before your flight time. So what happens here is, so once I go through, I'm actually going to create my flight plan just like before, and I'm going to actually go through and submit my flight plan, so that way it sets up the notification. Once I've done that, I'm going to exit out of the application so I can show you when the notification actually appears. In order to kind of speed things up, I skipped ahead. So as you can see right here at 3:20, the notification appears, and you can actually click into it to go back into the app to view the details of your approved flight plan. As you can see, we were able to accomplish almost all of our goals for Sprint 4. With this, we're going to continue moving forward with Sprint 5 in hopes to accomplish all of those tasks as well. For Sprint 5, we're going to be mostly focusing our efforts around revitalizing the user interface and user experience of the application so it is up to code with what Honeywell expects their corporate applications to look like.